And we have two amazing members with us, Joe Takuda and Glenn Ivey. And I'm so honored to introduce Glenn. He had a distinguished career before Congress, and now I'm honored to serve with him on judiciary. He's going to tell you his story.
Thank you. Sure. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Glenn Ivey. I represent Maryland's 4th Congressional District, which is the suburbs on the eastern side of Washington, D.C. So I get to drive to work every day, unlike Representative Takuda, who has to fly from Hawaii. No jet lag for me. But I started actually in the 100th Congress, so just to show my age. But at that point, there was a fight to try and get health care coverage that went on for the next 30 plus years. Fortunately, with Obamacare, which is our 13th anniversary for this, I should say ACA, but I like to call it Obamacare because in the future, I want people to know how this legislation got put in place, why they have health care, and why they didn't have it before, that this is a seminal and turning point moment for them. And it was important for me because before Obamacare came into place, I had a healthcare scare. It turned out I had a high blood pressure incident, and I was taken to the hospital via ambulance. They did a check. They put me on blood pressure medication. But the doctor there said, you know, for African-American males, sometimes there's a kidney complication for that. So I'd like to do an MRI. Now, I was about to get the MRI, and I said, well, how much does that cost? And they said $5,000. So I said, I can't do that. I'm going to have to pass on the MRI. Now, fortunately, where the doctor was in the Baltimore area. I was able to come back down to the Prince George's County area where my healthcare coverage applied and get the MRI done. And I say fortunately because they found cancer in the MRI scan. And based on that, I was able to get treatment and recover fully and quickly. But I got to say, you know, I might not be here today, but for the ability to have that MRI done. And I wouldn't have gotten the MRI done, but for healthcare to pay for it. Now, there's thousands of Americans, tens of thousands of Americans who've gotten coverage, actually hundreds of thousands of Americans, or millions, I guess, who've gotten coverage. And in Prince George's County, it made a huge difference as well. I think we need to make sure we expand this on this anniversary. Remember that there are states, mainly red states, that are still fighting the expansion of Obamacare into their states. They're not explaining to their public that they're keeping them from getting health care that they need. And they're not really telling them that they're playing Russian roulette with the lives of many of their constituents. The time for that has come to pass. We need to get this done. We need to expand it. I look forward to working with my colleagues and getting that done. And now let me turn this over to my jet-lagged colleague,